Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? Yeah, today I'm going to talk about don't take things for granted. Yeah, don't take things for granted. Yeah, we have a lot of people who takes their family for granted. They have family but they don't bother with them. They don't visit them, they don't call them, they don't do anything to them. They don't really care. But when they fall into trouble, that's when they look for the family. When they are sick and they need some help, that's when they contact the family, and that's very bad, you know, especially when it comes to having parents. Yeah, you have parents, you don't call them, you don't visit them, you don't know how they are doing, you know, but the moment they die, that's when you come and share your tears. And you say to yourself, I wish I would have done this, then it's too late. Yeah, so it's like we have to be, I mean, visiting our relatives, visiting our friends, the people that we know, so that we don't fall into regret. You know, like there are some people they don't care about anyone, they care about themselves. But the moment they are not well or they are going through some crisis, yeah, that's when they start to call somebody that you haven't heard from for about 10 years or 5 years or 15 years. They are now calling you that, oh, I'm in trouble, I need some help. But yeah, it's not that they will not help you, but you still have to contact them regularly. You know, your siblings, your parents, your friends that are very close to you. You contact them. You visit them so that when you are in trouble, it will be easier for them to help you. Yeah, but if only you help them, you only want things. It's only when you want things you remember that, oh, I have a family. You don't care for them. You don't do anything to them. You don't even take a call, a phone, and just call them and say, hello, how you doing? I haven't heard from you for a long time. You don't even do that. And that's not good enough. If even they want to help you, they'll be saying in the back of their mind that we haven't heard from this person long time ago, and now that they are in trouble, they know where the family is. It's something that goes on a lot. That people should get in touch with their families. It's very, very important. And get in touch with your families and get to know what they are doing. You know, if you are that person who is not close to your parents, it's time you do now. You understand what I mean? Because now they are here. The moment they go away, when they go or they die, then you will regret that, why didn't I become very free with my parents? But then it's too late now, isn't it? Or you live with regrets, and it's not good enough. you know yes, the same thing. Don't take your children for granted. Yeah, don't take your children for granted at all. If you are a person that your children have left to, get in touch with each other and get to know what is going on. Yeah, I know there are some children, they don't get on with their parents at all. They don't get on with their parents. So because of that, like that, they are not close. You know, some of them too, when they meet up, all that they do is fight, 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 argument. Who has done this, who has done that. And some children, they don't even care for the parents. Not even a common thing to buy for the parents. It's like sometimes it's nice. That it's nice that when you get paid. You get something for your parents. At the end of the day, they look after you. Just something little to say that, thank you for taking care of me. So some children, they don't do it. Unless the parents ask before they do. They don't need to ask. Sometimes you can buy something for your parents. You know, just as a thank you appreciation. I was thinking about you. That's why I bought this for you. It's nice. The parents shouldn't ask you for things. You should know that, oh, my mom and dad, they need this. Or my mom need this, my dad needs that. Let me go and surprise them. and they'll be very happy about it. They will think that, oh, this my child, he thinks about me. They think this my child really thinks about me. Yeah, so that is how it is. So we shouldn't take people for granted at all. At the end of the day, if you are in help, if you are in need of help, it's family that you go to. I know some friends too are good. Some friends also will be like your family. You have friends that even they will behave like it's your own family, but they are not. It's just that you are very close to them. So we shouldn't take no one for granted in this world, because the time that you need help, that's when all these people you have taken for granted, they may help you. You know, just imagine that you are falling sick. You are falling sick and say they need a blood donor. And they need a blood donor. You know, from your family. You haven't contacted your family for 20 years. Then all of a sudden, the doctor approach you that we need your a blood donor, so that's what will complete your treatment. And who are you going to look for? Somebody that you haven't your family that you haven't contacted for 20 years. You are now going to look at where they live, where you are looking for the address. It's very sad. It's very sad. So we have to get in touch with each other, so that if there's any problems, it will be easier to solve it. If a family member 20 years, you're not going to look for the family member to give a blood donor for your illness. You're not well, so you need blood donor. How about if you go there and they've moved, you don't even know where they live. So it's very important that we get in touch with our families. We get in touch with the closer people that we have. So that all the time things will run smoothly. Share the love. That's how it is. So I want to end here and say that we should all not take things for granted. Yeah, that's how it is. We should not take things for granted. Let's say that you go to work all the time, but all the time you are late at work. Your manager has been warning you that you are too late and you should be careful with your lateness, but you ignore the manager's comment. But when you got the job, you are the first person to be there to be interviewed. When you started the job, you were going so early. All of a sudden, since you got comfortable with the job, it's like you go anytime you want. One day you go to work and they give you a letter that, I'm sorry to say that you have been sacked because we've been giving you a lot of warnings and you are not listening. Then where are you going to go? What if you would have started going to work early? All this wouldn't have happened. So there are certain little things we may think that, oh, it doesn't matter, but then it matters a lot. It matters a lot that we have to not take things for granted. If you are doing something and somebody wants you that, be careful, listen to the person. At work, if you are doing some mistakes and they're always warning you that be careful with your mistakes, just correct yourself as soon as possible. Don't let it go too far, then it will end up with your job. It will end up with your job. Now you have to go and look for another job. So this is what I would like to say. So have a nice day.